Hey everyone, Rabbi Abe here. So, I was talking to a student of mine, and, he does well for himself, and I asked him if he wants the meditations for sustenance. We have the angels of sustenance and different combinations of letters and so on. Do you want? He says, no, I'm good. I'm do well and everything else. And I said, don't you have desire? Where's your desire? I want to give you an example. Did you ever talk to someone who's closed-minded? Can they hear what you're saying? No, because their mind is closed. What does it mean when a mind is closed? It means there's no desire. No desire for anything to come in. Did it ever happen that you were upset about something and you went to maybe you went to a party and you don't have fun, but everything is fun, but you don't have fun. Why? Because you're upset. Do you want to have fun right now? The answer is no, you don't want to have fun right now. There is a rule that the Kabbalists teach, and it's a very important rule to understand really well. And the rule is fulfillment cannot be coerced. In other words, there's no coercion in spirituality. What does that mean? You can't force energy on someone. I can't force fun on you. I can't force my idea on you. I can't force anything good on you if you don't want it. Nobody can. We can't force anything on each other. And neither can the universe. The universe cannot give you any energy if you don't truly want it. So desire is very important, right? Desire is important. Why am I telling you this? Because there's a very important idea how to keep ourselves from losing what we have. We have what we have, right? If we have money, if we have a relationship, if we have our health, thank God. We have the good things in life. But how do we keep it? How do we keep these things? Is there a methodology to keep it? And I will tell you there is. Think about it for a minute. Let's say two people are going out, they really like each other, and, when is the desire the highest? After you've been married 20 years? Or you're just going out? Your desire is open. You want this person. You're going to make sure you're dressed properly. You smell good. You're going to do all the right things. You're not going to shout at them, on your first date. Of course, that would be ridiculous. Why would they want to see you again? Why? Because your desire is strong. You have, the desires are in levels, right? It's not you have desire, you don't. You can be a little hungry. Maybe you're good for a snack, or you can be starving. So it's the same way. Appetite, desire. Desire, you can have a little desire for something. You can have a huge desire for something. When we have a huge desire for something, we're usually willing to do whatever it takes to achieve that desire, right? We yearn for something, which is different than, I want it. If it happens, it's good. If it doesn't happen, okay, well, what can I do? That's not a real desire. Desire is required. And this is what the ancient sages explain. You must have desire if you want the fulfillment from the Creator, from the universe. If you want the fulfillment, you must have a strong desire. Certainly, no desire draws nothing. So, if we understand that principle, because again, there's no coercion, the universe cannot force us to receive any positive energy of fulfillment without our say-so, without our desire. Now, things can happen, amazing things can happen, and you're very happy about it, of course. But you are open for it. Open for it means, yes, there's permission. You give the universe permission to come in, if and when it does. But if you're closed, and some people go through their life that way, if you're really closed, for whatever reason, you won't even feel the good things that might be happening to you. So what do I want to say with that? I want to say things have a tendency to go down. One of the main reasons why let's use a relationship as an example for everything. Again, so when's the highest level of desire? When you're dating. It's wonderful. Everything is amazing, and you're trying to impress the other. You have big desire. Now, what's the difference? You get married. Wonderful. You wouldn't have married the person if you didn't want to, if you didn't want them in your life. All good. Time goes by. How is your desire after 5 years? Do you still want the person in the same way? Do you still have the same desire? Are you still doing the same things? Are you still speaking in the same way when you were dating? What about after 10 years? What about after 20 years? Where is your desire? Now, most of the time, I can't say all of the time, but most of the time, human nature is when we have something, we don't desire it anymore. At least not the same way as when we didn't have it. Perfect example, food. If you're starving and now you had a full meal, you don't desire to eat because you just ate and you're full. So why would you have a desire for more food if you just ate? You wouldn't. You have the food, you're good. When it comes to spiritual energy, which means fulfillment in our life, here's a rule. And please, you got to remember this. If you want to keep yourself from losing stuff or from things going down, you need to remember this. What's the rule? We can never own any fulfillment that we get. We're in a relationship, we're happy, great. Do you own the person? Do you own the relationship? Ask yourself. Because again, we think we do. Once we have it, meaning the fulfillment, not person themselves, but we have the fulfillment of that thing. Yes, now I achieved it. I'm in a relationship, I'm married, whatever. I got what I wanted. Again, what happens by the nature of most of us? Now, it's mine. What happens to desire? Desire goes downhill. And very often, that downhill desires affect also what we do. Listen, I don't need to impress you. I don't need to, shower. I don't need to speak in the right way all the time. I don't need to impress you. I can do what I want. Why? Because I have you already in my life. I don't need to desire for abundance every day because I have money coming in. Things are great. Everything's going well. Do you still desire like when you had nothing? Do you still desire to have more abundance? And this is not about selfishness. This is about keeping what you have. Of course, the more you have, the more you're able to share. But the point is, again, and the tendency is when we have it, we feel we deserve it. Why? It came to us. And we call this entitlement. And entitlement is the first ticket downhill. It's the first stage of losing what you have. When you feel you're entitled, when you feel you deserve. Why, when things happen in our life, when, I don't want to say bad, but when less than good things happen in our life, we ask, why me? Why me? Why is this happening to me? Translation, I don't deserve this. Why is this happening to me? Wrong question. Wrong way to ask the question. The real way to ask that question is, why is this in my life? There's a reason for everything that goes on. Why is this happening? What's the message? What do I need to do with this? We don't ask why me when good things happen. Imagine you won the lottery. Imagine you got hired by an amazing company. Of course you worked hard for it. But do you ask, why me? Why do I have blessings in my life? Why do I have health in my life? Why do I have abundance in my life? Why do I have these amazing children? Why? Of course, people ask why me when things aren't going well. It's for sure not the way to turn it around. That's for sure, I can tell you. So this idea of I deserve it, it's not in line with the soul. It's not in line with the universe. Why? Because our soul never thinks it deserves anything. The opposite. It came here to bestow. It came here to help others only. That's the soul. That's the energy of the soul. It came here to help us. But when we feel we deserve, we kill it. We kill it. And as a result of I deserve, meaning we don't say we deserve necessarily, but again, when we have something, again, this is a mechanism in our brain. It's our ego. Automatically feel, well, I must deserve it because I have it. No, the answer is you don't have it. And that's what I'm trying to tell you here. How do we keep what we have? And the answer is simple, but not so simple. Continuously work for it like you don't have anything. It's a head, it's a consciousness. The more you psych yourself into the understanding, oh, wait a second, I can never own this. It's not my money. I can't own it. I'm using it right now. There's nothing that we have that can't be taken away at any minute. We need to remember that in order to create the appreciation. What's appreciation? Appreciation is a holder. It's a vessel, we call it. It's a desire to continue, to have more. I appreciate what I've been given. Appreciation says, no, I don't deserve it. It's a gift, and I appreciate it. Appreciation, and the rule of appreciation is, the more we appreciate, the more we'll get. That's a rule. And especially when things aren't going well. When we appreciate whatever it is that we have at any given moment, we'll get more. When we don't appreciate, we lose. That is a spiritual rule. So, just to wrap it up here, again, desire is everything, okay? Desire is everything. And of course the nature is when you get the thing that you wanted, but you don't seem to have the same desire anymore. No. If you want to keep your success, if you want to keep, the health building, getting better, if you want to stay younger, if you want to maintain the good things in your life, or reverse things which aren't so good, the appreciation and the desire that's associated with those things is paramount. It's number one. Because remember, the universe cannot force energy on us, can't force fulfillment on us. No, it can only come as a result of desire and, of course, effort, not just sitting and desiring all day. But again, especially when you already have something, keep the desire as though you don't have it, and I assure you, this will keep the flow going. You'll grow not only in that area, but in other areas as well, because the light doesn't have a face, meaning the light just fills. Whatever vessel you have for light, you'll get more of it. If that vessel is for abundance, if that vessel is for health, if you appreciate in one area, it can affect every other area. Okay, that's maybe a little deep. Okay, guys, thank you very much. I'll see you very soon on the next video. All the best. All the best.